Warning: the following program may contain material not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Kill the noise and cut the static. Broadcasting from high in the mountains of West Virginia, we're leaving the 9 to 5 in the rearview mirror. The engine is warm, the lights are green, and it's finally time to shift your Wednesday into overdrive. And now, here's your host, Diego the Podcaster.
On this episode of Bonus Overdrive Wednesday, our guests today were forged in the early 2000s out of raw, unrelenting energy of the Washington, D.C. metal scene, as they came together with one purpose: to hit hard and leave a mark. They built their reputation the old-fashioned way, on stage, in your face, night after night. The band's sound is a punishing hybrid of nu metal, thrash, and groove metal. They don't chase trends. They carve their own lane with a sound that's equal parts brutal and infectious. All this plus more. Please welcome our new friends and first-time guests. They are Diegression. My friends,
What's up, guys?
welcome to Bonus Overdrive Wednesday.
Hey, Diego.
Yo.
Oh, man. You know, I was confessing to you guys earlier on the pre-interview that I just missed your band when I was going to go see Diegression, Age of Ruin over there at Tilty in, I think it's Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find a place to park. I didn't know where to go. I parked in this car dealership, and I'm in there the whole night saying, holy shit, am I going to get towed? And I enjoyed the show, but I didn't, because I kept looking back like I was on something. And all paranoid, but I caught the shows, and I actually sat next to you guys. I didn't want to bother you and say, hey guys, want to be on my show. It's like, who is this fool? But anyway, so a few months down the road, the schedules work out, the stars are aligned, and here you are.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for being on the show. But before we begin, for our friends and listeners of Bonus Overdrive Wednesday, would you mind introducing yourselves?
Oh, sure. I'm Sandy, drummer from Diegression.
I'm Andrew, guitarist from Diegression.
I'm Robbie, guitarist from Diegression.
And I'm Fitz, a failed guitarist and current bass player of Diegression.
All right. Well, pleased to know all of y'all. You guys, I was listening to some of your music right before the show, of course, and let me tell you what, this is something right here. But I know you guys have been active for a very long time, but the story goes back to the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the early 2000s, I was pretty much a Nova guy until I moved to West Virginia. And I used to visit this club there that had several name changes. It used to be known as Zach's, and then it became Jack's. And then after that, tragedy hit, and then it's no more. But you guys were playing the Jack's, that club too, weren't you? Back in the day?
Yeah, a lot of good shows there.
Yeah. We opened for Non-Point at one point
Soylent
there,
Green
and
there.
Soylent Green.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
And that you guys have been around since the early 2000s, is the typical question would be, how did this start? Because I remember a lot of bands. In fact, in my high school, I had several people who were musicians who were in death metal bands back then. And it's always great to know how things got started. Normally either in high school or your neighbors. How did this begin?
Wow. I mean, for me, I got a call from my buddy Robbie. He was getting a band together and asked if I wanted to come join. And I was like, yeah, I'll come check it out. And then next thing you know, he already had a couple other people join. We had a different drummer at the time. And then just came together, and we enjoyed it. And, we'd been friends with guys from Nothing Face. They've been close friends to ours and always been like an inspiration to me. And, maybe a couple of the other guys. And I'm huge into Pantera, so I always wanted to be like in a band and stuff. So, yeah, it was just an opportunity, and I loved it. And the band's been going strong.
I would concur. I stepped in for a drummer that I wasn't working out, I guess. And then the fledgling edition of Diegression kind of took off. Like, played a few gigs and had like a really, really good reception. Dropped an EP that was, in my look back was kind of messy, but still like slams when you listen today.
Yeah.
Like
It was like once we got, because there's 2 other guys that aren't in the band anymore that started with us, but it was like once all 5 of us got together, it was just like it just felt like magic together, and it just came together and came out with that first EP, and then things happened along the way, band stuff, and we broke up, and then what was it, like around 2010 or 2011, Robbie hit me up again and asked if we want to get this thing rolling.
We're getting the band back together,
yeah, man. So here we are.
And this guy
Not me.
shows up out of nowhere, just to lay down the thickest, nastiest bass that you've ever seen. Yeah, we've got a few member changes. Singers changed a few times. The core of Diegression, I guess, would be the 3 of us mainly. I even stepped out for a little while. One for personal reasons the first time, and personal reasons the second time. But we always wind up coming back together like a goddamn spring trap. It's pretty crazy. So yeah.
Well, that's how you know that it's meant to be. The stars are aligned. You can't escape each other. This is it. From cradle to grave. This is what we're going to be doing from now on.
I mean, like I always say, I'm pretty much kind of married to these guys.
Yeah.
So.
I'm still looking for other bands. If you guys
He's poly musician amorous. Once more than one relationship with the band.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's okay. In today's time, that's perfectly acceptable, gentlemen. And we're going to go with that. But was Diegression always meant to be playing this style of music? Because I know some people have an idea how they're going to start. Later down the road, it kind of changes. They either get super heavy or they kind of go, I wouldn't say commercialized, but they kind of tames down a little bit. But it seems like you guys have not toned it down. You guys are still heavy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Like, we just do what we do. We don't even know what to call ourselves, like, music wise. We don't ever think, oh, we're this or we're that, or we're gonna write a song in this style. It just happens.
I think one of the coolest things about writing with this band is there's a lot of different tastes, a lot of different musical educations, a lot of different levels of musicianship, but like everything like that we do is just kind of our own piece, and somehow in some weird blender inside of the studio over there, it all just homogenizes to make like a cool sound. And we've been very happy. We've altered some things, maybe some effects, maybe the way we do things to modernize, kind of our sound. But like, I think the riffs are still the riffs, and they all are coming from the same,
Yeah. I mean, we've always prided ourselves with our live performances, and it's always been that kind of like our albums. We try to bring the live, stuff into the albums. So I think that's, we just always want to keep that core into our music, and just just bring the heavy.
Yeah, kind of raw in your face
it.
feeling. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, because as I was reading the bio and part of the story of Diegression, and I know bands, they record their albums and they release them, but the true test of a band is how they perform on stage, and that seems to be that where you guys are making your mark. So you come into a Diegression show, you're gonna get Diegression.
Yeah, you're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, people do remember us. In fact, the last gig we played in Easton, we had the place like chanting our name after we finished, which was a first for me. Nobody's ever chanted Diegression after I've gotten off stage prior. I remember, or I was sober enough to recall. But that was pretty dope. You know what I mean? Like, and we threw a pretty darn good show inside of a pizza parlor that day.
Deep crowd.
Yeah.
2-3 people deep.
Yeah. There's some bodies in there, like, but it was still like, it was intimate.
Yeah, it was a good show.
And
fun.
Yeah, but yeah, it was fun.
People are remembering your name being from the chants. Now, it's interesting you brought up the pizza parlor thing. Well, in the pre-interview, we were having a conversation where the times have changed a little bit now, and I know that there are bands having arena shows now. There are some clubs around, but the dynamics of shows have changed in the last probably about the last 10 years. Where to play and these locations are places where you never think bands would play. And I'm kind of okay with that because I kind of like the intimacy between the band and the audience because I think you get a
Those are always the best shows.
yeah, the energy is so different.
Yeah.
Now, other than places like that, because I understand now that Tilty, for an example, a really cool little venue which you never would think on that road in an arcade place where you have a metalcore show happening. I was there and I was very happy because I haven't been to a show. It's been since 2010. It's the first time I come out of my shell, and now I want more.
I just love those big old arcade.
Yeah.
You know? After we got done playing, man, I was playing pinball the rest of the night. It was all, they had to come call me off the machine.
Yeah, I was there taking pictures with the Batman and the Deadpool statues. They had really cool place, and it's just like a free commercial for Tilted, but they're doing a great job, gentlemen. So, what locations have you been playing lately? Because I know that, like I said, times are changing, and I think the booking strategy might be a little bit different. So, how are you guys traversing through that right now?
I mean, mostly we align ourselves with some people who do booking, and these are all bringer shows. So we get a cut of the door over a certain percent, or we have to pre-sell tickets. Some shows that we schedule way out ahead of time at larger venues, like we got I'll plug it right now. I'm gonna plug it right now. Zen West, August 15th. Be there or be square, Baltimore, Maryland. That's like our show, right? So we're responsible for like putting a lot of the cost for it, right? So we have to bring people to it, or people get mad at us and don't offer us nice places anymore. But for example, we can align ourselves with like a booker who's got like 3 bands together and they want to throw a show at a local pizzeria or Tilties or Bad Habits in West Virginia, for example. And those shows are kind of the best. I feel like we love West Virginia. By the way, West Virginia, if you're listening, we love you, and we know you like us. So yes, we'll be back really soon, promise. And
We're playing at Tilties.
Yeah, I think we're playing at Tilties in September. Still waiting on information, but it's right there on the calendar. So yeah, it's hard to not play these venues that are kind of out of the ordinary. It's a lot of bars, pizza places like that turn themselves into stages. Like that place that we just played in Easton was crazy. It's a pizza place with 3 booths, and then they move the booths, and it becomes a metalcore stage. And you're playing on the floor, and there's people spin kicking this close to your face when you're playing guitar, right? So it was pretty awesome.
Wow. There's a certain kind of danger to it, but I guess that's what you're going to get in the shows like that. It's unpredictable, and just like the music is unpredictable. And I know that you guys are always busy in the studio coming up with things. And I know, so what's going on now? I mean, it's July, and I always hate asking, so what's coming up next, especially when you're trying to create new music? What do you guys have planned so far?
Well, we just dropped a single in May that hopefully we can hear at the end of the pod. But yes, excellent. And we are working on creating more new stuff for hopefully another EP, maybe even.
We have an old song coming back too.
Yes, we're bringing an older song back. We don't know what we're going to call it now, but we've been sharpening that one, putting the new flair on it. So there'll be some new material on the stage pretty soon. I'm pretty certain that we're going to break that one out sooner than later.
We've been playing a new song.
Yeah, and then our new song is Broken Lovers, available everywhere. So yeah.
Well, talking about resurrecting a song from the past and doing it for today's time, kind of, I would compare it to mostly filmmakers and directors when we made a movie. Sometimes they cut some stuff, eventually, like, this stuff is really, really good. They bring it back for a director's cut and kind of redo it. So, other than that one song that you're bringing back, have you gone back to the tapes and say, you know what, maybe I can take this riff from here, or maybe this song, we can bring it back to life? Is there anything else you're working on like that?
Oh, we've already done that.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's funny because our first EP, which is the old Diegression EP, which is not available through us, by the way. Somebody else has posted it on YouTube, but we don't even own the rights to it, I don't think. It's out there. Has 4 of the songs that we redid on our Chapters EP. And those were like literally modernized and redone, to basically bring them up with, the current sound of the band at the time. And then beyond that, Epilogue, which is our second, it's a shorter EP, has more old material on it. And then now for this new phase, we're going to do one more thing before we kind of move into the vein of all new stuff, kind of draining the well, so to speak, and only shipping new content thereafter. So a little bit of old but the new. I think it's fun, for us. We know the
just
material.
Adding like more like kind of like modern type riffs or timing to it.
Wait a second. I thought the goal was to get on like Disney Records, because that's all they do is remake stuff that they already did.
That's true.
So we can't do new stuff.
Look, if the formula works, go with it. Kind of like the 80s. You have to have a power ballad, and then that sells that, and then people go back through your old catalogs and, hey, these guys are a metal band, right?
Power ballad for sure.
Cover like all the old Disney songs.
We should do it. Yeah, they totally won't sue us.
You heard it here first. I'm looking forward to that.
The Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Diegression. Yeah. So we get it from Elton John and Disney. I love that. Let's go.
You gotta remember there's a lot of Phil Collins in there too later.
Oh, that's true.
And there's no such thing as bad publicity. So you could go with that. But let me ask, this is probably the stupidest question you've heard today. We're gonna go back to something you talked about having an EP that's out on YouTube that you guys get nothing from or don't even have it. How the hell does that even happen?
Tell you the truth, I don't even know who it is who put it up there.
He is some sort of. He looks like a awesome guy. He's just trying to preserve all these older bands, and I think if you find him, it's all like unsigned bands, EPs, and
like he sells a bunch of these EPs and stuff like on eBay and stuff. Like I bought our original because I lost a copy of it, so I had to buy it from this guy at a cheaper price too. But I had to get it from this guy, and apparently he's the one who put the album up on YouTube.
He's almost like a historian, and I think because at the time we were probably broken up.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these bands are, and I think he's doing something actually really cool in trying to preserve like these local bands that nobody's heard of, but he's spreading the good word.
And this is the thing with a smaller band, like that doesn't have major label backing and reserved IP for a lot. Like our intellectual property is all just like what we put up, right? So if someone were to try to take it, we could go after them because we put it out there first. But we didn't put that album up first, you know what I mean? But it's us. like our photographs are on the inlay cover. You can't deny that it's us. But at the same token, we don't want nothing from that, dude. I don't even think I have a copy of the old album anywhere.
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay, great.
And Andy does.
That's right.
So basically, this person's heart is in the right place. It's not done out of malice.
He doesn't seem like
we're gonna assume for now, right, that everybody's trying to do the best they can with what they got. So
is this generation's tape trading like we did in the old days? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really had a ton of views on it, so I don't think he's cashing in from YouTube or anything. Yeah. There were two different members in the band, so I mean, even for us to go after royalties or whatever, if we wanted to, I don't even know.
Yeah.
That's
That
that's
probably
the
wouldn't
whole,
be a thing.
It's digression. There's no cashing out on anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Digression is a money pit as far as we're concerned, and we love it. Cheers for that.
It's a lot like this show. Yeah. But we do it because you love it,
right.
Yeah,
or else we wouldn't be doing this, right?
I think that's the one thing that's very interesting, because we were talking about that venue and like how the venues work. Like, all of this is passion, right? Like, I'm not doing this because I want to be rich and famous. If that was the case, I would have stopped this 30 years ago when it didn't work the first time. Like, this is like what I like to do, and my goal, and I can't speak for everybody else, I just want to leave something. You know what I mean? I want to do something cool that I really like, that a couple other people vibe with, and give it a state of permanence somewhere. And the internet right now, there can be no more permanent of a thing, So that's kind of why I do it.
We're not opposed to it though. So
Yeah, we're not opposed to getting famous, but
we won't sell out. But I mean,
I know we take Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. We're all
Yeah.
about that. So, well, let me touch on that if you don't mind. With
Sponsoring us now.
I'm giving it a shot. Trying something.
with the music you're putting out now, and you have people, archivists and historians, put it on the internet. And the internet's forever. Whether it's music, pictures, podcasts, whatever. 100 years from now, what would you like to see, if you could, depending on if you're looking from there or down here? What would you want the metal fans of 100 years from now to say about Diegression?
Ooh, everything now. I don't know. 100 years from now, I don't know, man. 20 years from now,
Kind of a hard one.
yeah,
Somebody thinking about a digression in 10 years from now, that'd be pretty cool.
yeah. I mean, I just want, like I said, I don't want anybody to just see beyond what we created, like a cave painting. You know what I mean? Like, it should just have, just art. It's art for art's sake. Like, it's appreciated, or
Maybe it'll be like, those guys sound like they're having fun.
yeah, something like that.
Rocking it out, jamming it out, have a good time.
Which brings me to, I've watched a lot of like mini documentaries on YouTube, and they always get me. I get suckered into these top 10 or top 5 bands that you never heard of from XYZ times. And damn it, sometimes they're not right. And I think maybe that might be something you guys will fall into if 100 years from now. It's like, what were your great grandparents listening to in 2026? You're listening to Diegression. Like, man, my grandparents are badass.
That'd be wild. That would be wild.
And and talking about when I was at Tilty, I was sitting next to you guys' merchandise table. You guys got some pretty awesome stuff.
Thank you.
Where can our good friends, listeners of Bonus Overdrive Wednesday find themselves either with a physical copy of your music or your T-shirts?
Right now, we are a lot of in-person sales. However, we are developing a storefront. You can pay attention closely to digressionofficial.com. That's our website. It has everything on it, all of our links. Our Bandcamp store will be there soon. It's just evolving right now. We're in the middle of actually taking pictures of all of our merch and cataloging it right now. So
if you want something, you can always hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and just reach out to us.
Yep.
We'll send it out to you. Get it to you.
Excellent. All the links to you guys will be on the show description once the episode has been released, so our good friends can reach out to you, talk about 100 years from now, talk about the now. And also, if you don't mind, repeat one more time, where will you be? Because I know July is already here. We're way past halfway in 2026. Still much more to go. And when I look at your socials, you guys have been very busy. So, and I know there's a little bit of a break right now, but where are you guys going to be from starting, 2-3 weeks now, right?
Yeah. August 15th, Zen West, Baltimore, Maryland. We're playing a show with 3 other great bands. And that tickets are available through a link on our website at digressionofficial.com. And then tentatively right now, we're coming back to Tilty McFlippers in West Virginia.
Bastard Fest,
for
right?
Bastard Fest on the 19th of September. There may be another show or two thrown in there, depending on what we can organize. Right now, we're actually doing some writing, so we like to take some time and do that. And obviously, getting interviewed by the one and only Diego. So that is it's sucking up time. You know what I mean? So more shows will come in the future, but just pay attention to digressionofficial.com. We update that pretty much whenever there's a change in our schedule.
Perfect, because I know you also have the YouTube channel and also on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
And now I know we're coming towards the end of the show. And this is one of my favorite parts, also the listeners' favorite part, where we get to play one of your songs.
Woohoo!
And you mentioned it earlier. Spoiler alert, but we're going to spin it anyway. Broken Lovers. Now, if you give us a quick few seconds of what that song means to Diegression.
Broken Lovers is a story about bad relationships. Our vocalist, Andre, loves to put a lot of reality into his writing. The song had, can I say it? Should I say it what the working name was?
Oh.
So originally the working name for that song was called "Fuck You, Brenda," and I don't know why, but like the song evoked a damaged relationship kind of vibe to me, and that's literally the vibe that it got lyrics with. I think it was kind of the vibe that it was written with, but it's just kind of a badass song, like in general, you know what I mean? Like it has a lot of cool changes, some interesting time signature movement inside of it, and probably one of the best breakdown to ending combos that I've ever been a part of writing. Yeah. So
Brenda wasn't happy though, so we had to change that name.
Yeah, Brenda sent us the
Brenda
cease and
slapped
desist.
us around a few times.
Yeah.
So.
I'm on to you, Brenda. Don't even start your shit this time. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. And, if you don't mind, I know that since you're going to be busy the rest of this year, I'd love to bring you back in 2027.
Yes.
By that time, you'll have more songs, more shows that you've already done, and I'm sure you'll have some great stories to share. We'll talk more about the origins of the band, a little more history about you. And I'd love to have you back.
Awesome. Thanks,
Love to be
Diego.
back.
That was awesome.
Thank you, gentlemen. This is Broken Lovers by Diegression on Bonus Overdrive Wednesday right now. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Diego.
Step Welcome to the TCC Research Channel, home of Mysteries Unlimited TV, Let's Find Out with Diego, and the free documentary playlist. I'm Thomas Markle. Here on this channel, we explore Appalachian mysteries, cryptids, UFOs, folklore, and the paranormal. Every week, you'll find new episodes of Let's Find Out, bonus overdrive, live stream discussions, and original documentaries. We talk with authors, researchers, investigators, musicians, and people with real stories to tell. If you're into unexplained encounters, strange phenomenon, and deep dive conversations, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe and join us. There's always something new to explore.
All content on this broadcast is a property of Diego the Podcaster and is served directly from our servers with no modification, redirects, or rehosting. All celebrity impersonators are paid performers. The impersonated celebrities do not endorse or promote any views or opinions expressed by our guests, Diego the Podcaster, or Bonus Overdrive Wednesday. The information shared on Bonus Overdrive Wednesday is provided on an as-is basis, with no guarantees of completeness, accuracy, usefulness, or timeliness.